Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. And our first one comes from Short Bonus 6622. Am I in the wrong for contemplating my whole relationship because my girlfriend kept bringing up marriage? My 21-year-old male girlfriend, a 19-year-old female, kept bringing up marriage, and it makes me feel uncomfortable and contemplate the whole relationship. My girlfriend and I have been together for almost a year now, and it's been great. We love each other deeply. However, for the past 3 months, she's been talking a lot about getting married and has been dropping big hints, like sending me engagement ring ideas and TikToks of couples getting married after 2 years of dating. She's entering her sophomore year of college while I'm going into my senior year. Recently, she told me if we're not engaged by the end of junior year, we're going to have a huge problem, and that we'll either be engaged or exes. I've tried to brush it off or laugh it off, but last week she brought it up again. This time I told her we should wait until we're more financially stable and older so we can be more ready. She didn't like that and accused me of making excuses, of not wanting to marry her. I do want to get married eventually, but later in life. I'm not ready for marriage or any of that right now. I just turned 21, haven't graduated college, and I haven't started my career yet. When she brings up the subject, it makes me question the whole relationship because everything feels like it's moving too fast, and I'm not ready for it. Additionally, my family has history of nasty divorces, which scares me. I need advice about this situation because every time she brings it up, I start questioning the relationship because I feel like I'm wasting time and myself. P.S. She brought it up again while I was writing this. TLDR, my girlfriend and I have been together for almost a year and love each other deeply. However, for the past 3 months, she's been pressuring me to get engaged, even saying we'll have a huge problem if we're not engaged by the end of junior year, and I want to wait until we're older and more financially stable, but she thinks I'm making excuses and don't want to marry her. I'm not ready for marriage right now, especially with my family history of nasty divorces. This situation makes me question the relationship, and I need advice on how to handle it. Okay, OP, I'm gonna say you're definitely not in the wrong, and you sound like you're really smart and have a good head on your shoulders. Yeah, you guys are still young, 21 and 18. That's honestly, for me, that's way too early to marry. Like 25 and up is the sweet spot when you start thinking about that. And you haven't finished school, she hasn't finished school. And what you're saying makes sense to me when you guys are more financially stable and can actually have a life together, and hopefully get a house. You don't know how that's going to be now as time goes on. Personally, I would have dropped her at the ultimatum. Don't give me an ultimatum because I will not choose you, okay? But it sounds like you love this girl. It sounds like you really do love her. So, you need to really sit her down in a very serious conversation and tell her, hey, like, marriage is not off the table, but we are young. We are not financially stable. How about we wait until we get that done? And a year, honestly, OP, a year is another red flag for me. It's been a year and she's hounding you this much for marriage. That would turn me off. Oh, and while you're explaining things to her, explain the divorce because that's a really big thing to have. And it's a huge fear as a man because things can go south real quick if she decides she doesn't want to be with you anymore. Who knows? That might be playing a part into it too, which I don't think so because you're young. I doubt you've built up a fortune yet. So maybe she really just wants to get married to you because she loves you, but if she loves you, she'll understand and she'll wait. I don't think it'll take too long. I don't know if 25 is what you're shooting for, but that's not too long. So, and it does sound, you said you do want to get married, so tell her that, hey, I do want to get married, but we gotta wait. And if she starts acting crazy, starts throwing out more ultimatums, OP, that's when you should drop her because do you really want to be tied to that for the rest of your life? I took a quick little look in the comments and I kind of gotta agree with Art No Div. Run now. She is trying to control you. She's obsessed with the experience of getting married. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. She doesn't care about the marriage, she just wants to have the wedding where she could be the center of attention. It might be that. Not with being married to you. You're both way too young to even be thinking about this. I agree with them. Sorry, dating for 1 year doesn't make a marriage a good idea. Being married is much more than that. Her threats just prove that she doesn't have any love for you. She loves who she thinks she can make you be. My guess, if you married her, she'd dump you soon after the wedding once she got the experience of having a wedding out of her system. Wow. Yeah, I agree with him. This all seems like it makes sense to me that I didn't even think about that. She just wants the joy of having a wedding. She doesn't care who that she's marrying you. She just wants to have the wedding and be the center of attention and get the gifts and have everyone congratulate her and show off that she got married. And yeah, she'll probably get bored of you and end it. So, I guess have that sit down if you want. Personally, if I were in your shoes, I'd consider ending it. Not consider, I would end it. And our next one is from Equivalent Leave 5858. Would I, a 26-year-old male, be wrong for giving my girlfriend, a 24-year-old female, the ultimatum on our relationship? My girlfriend is thinking heavily about prolonging the long-distance relationship of our relationship for at least another year. We've been together for nearly 7 years and have done long distance nearly half of the time. The distance is far enough that it does require a flight to see each other. I want her to move out to me, and I initially thought that we were on the same page about that. We saw each other somewhat recently, and she told me that she got a job offer in a city that would still require a plane ticket to see each other. She said that she is strongly considering it, and that she really wants to live in that general area, but only temporarily, as she doesn't think she'll get the chance to live there later on in life. I'm honestly stunned, as I thought we were both on the same page on finally living together, and this is making me strongly reconsider progressing our relationship any further. For some additional context, I would like her to move away with me because I've done that for her in the past when we were younger. At that point in time, she gave me an ultimatum that she would not be able to continue the relationship because of the distance. This was much earlier in the relationship, so I did move for a few years for the sake of us. Oh, OP, ultimatums, man, those are never good. We didn't live together. Wait, so you moved there for her and you didn't even live together? But we were close enough to visit nearly every day if we wanted. There were a few massive bumps with us while I was there. But everything worked out. I eventually moved back for our financial reasons a couple years ago, and we've been doing this long distance relationship since then. I don't want to dictate where she should live, even if it's temporarily, because it feels extremely controlling. But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't extremely disappointed if she didn't choose me. I was going to propose this summer, as she had also told me that she would move in with me only if I showed her the type of commitment. Okay, so she's making you show her this type of commitment by making you marry her? OP, she gave you an ultimatum. And I feel like our relationship is ready for it. No, it's not, OP. She's basically forcing you into marriage. If she wanted to be with you, she would come and be with you. You shouldn't have to give her a ring to get her to come and live with you, OP. I don't like giving ultimatums, as they seem very manipulative. But I almost feel like I have no choice in this situation. OP, that should tell you something if you feel like you have no choice in this situation. Would I be in the wrong to give her an ultimatum that I would strongly reconsider the relationship if she makes the decision to move somewhere else? Alright, look here, OP. This woman does not care about you, OP. If you moved there and you couldn't even live together, how sad is that? And she wouldn't sacrifice anything to come to you. I'd get it if the job was amazing, but it doesn't sound that amazing if it's only going to be temporarily. And you gotta marry her to get her to, like, come with you? She threw you out an ultimatum, OP. You gotta stop being gullible. OP, none of this ultimatum, none of this crap, because you know what? She is not going to choose you, OP. She already showed you she's not going to choose you. OP, this is done. This relationship is over. If I were you, I would just be done with it. If you want to tell her you're broken up, tell her you're broken up, or just go no contact. I bet you she probably will never contact you if you don't contact her. OP, you are not the beehole or in the wrong, but you need to just be done with this girl because it sounds like she does not care about you. And our final one is from Kenneth51801. Olive Garden Lady. I was at Olive Garden after a long shift at work. I'm tired. And right before our food is served, I need to use the bathroom. And there's a line of about 6 people because they're cleaning it. And I'm at the back, so I see a family bathroom and decide to head into that, until the Olive Garden lady tells me there's someone in there. I say okay and go back to the line. She then comes up to me and tells me, hey, there's a disabled guy in there who needs help getting up. If you help him, you can go in right away. And so, I have a pretty easy to talk to face. People tend to ask me for favors all the time. And she actually looked and assumed I was going to say yes. So I say, no, she was for real about to open the door. And says, wait, what? Then closes it. She says, why not? I say, I don't work here. It's not my job. She then tries to convince me by saying, it's to help you though. I stand there with a straight face. What next does she want me to do? Wipe his arse too? Then she tries to go in there with a disgusted face, like it's not her job, and he has one of those walkers with wheels on it. After she's done, she says this bathroom is open, and I proceed to go in there, but she stops me saying, nope, first of the line is first, then crosses her arms and gives me a straight face and doesn't say anything. A minute later, the regular bathroom opens up, and I'm back to my table within 4 minutes. Am I the beehole or her? OP, I'm gonna say you're not in the wrong for not helping that guy. I see people in the comments saying that you should have helped him. First things first, I assume OP is not a medical trained professional. That man is disabled. What if she goes in there and tries to lift him and it twisted something or something breaks? That's her, you know what I mean? That shouldn't be her fault. Honestly, same thing with the Olive Garden girl. She shouldn't have to go in there and do that, but she's the one working there. And I'm gonna say you're in the wrong for trying to, cut everybody in line instead of waiting. And then it looks like the Olive Garden employee started power tripping a little bit at the end, blocking you from going to the bathroom. Which I get it, first the line first, but you know why she did it. If I were you, I'd probably complain a little bit because she was trying to hoist her duties onto you because it sounds like she didn't want to do it, and then you made her do it because that's she's working there. But like I wouldn't do it either unless he was like, I wouldn't unless he was in extreme pain maybe. But it sounds like there was no problem because she was able to go in there and do it. Like I said, I'm not a medical professional. I don't know how to handle someone who's disabled, and I might end up hurting that person. So that's why I'm gonna say you're not in the wrong on the main story, but yeah, you shouldn't have been trying to cut people in line to go to the bathroom. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me, and can you please do what I said in the beginning, and like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out, it helps it grow, and it helps you get more videos like this. Velvet out.